From Hong Kong, China, it's Ka Long Angus Ing. And his opponents, 21 years of age, returning to the final after being here last year. He is in the form of his life. Would you please welcome the number 3 seed from Indonesia, Jonatan Christie.
So the world number 9 and 16 square off in our third match. Jonatan Christie, the highest remaining men's seed, seeks a hat-trick of wins, but not against Angus and Ka Long. He's lost the last 4 consecutively. But this is a massive moment for him to try and avenge those previous defeats. And what a moment if he could do so in the final here of the New Zealand Open. His last win against this opponent was 5 years ago in 2014 for Jonatan Christie. Such is the quality and awkward nature of the game of Ka Long. World number 16 at the moment, he's been as high as 6th, the man on your left in white. And there's just confirmation of his head-to-head dominance. As I say, he's won the last 4 against Christie. And Christie in the vibrant colours. Very, very powerful athlete on the right. And, well, I called the matches when he won the Asian Games title, and it was quite something to behold. He had some great wins and was powerful. Day after day, he just kept coming back and repeating such an excellent high level of performance. Ollie, your thoughts in this one, moving forward?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle of 2 physically strong players, but in different ways. We see the strength and raw power and speed of Christie, whereas someone like Ka Long Angus has physical strength as well, but he uses them more in the rear court to get up at steeper angles as opposed to the power of Christie himself.
One off his career high ranking. He's 9th at the moment, has been as high as 8th, the 21-year-old from Jakarta. One runner-up showing this 12 months. That was here last year. 3 semi-finals to his name, the Malaysian Open, Korean Open and Indonesian Masters as well. He took down Shi Yuqi and Kidambi Srikanth at the latter, and he is on form here. He really has just rifled through the draw, has Jonatan Christie, yet to only conceded 1 game. That was in Wang Suwei earlier in the week. As you can see, that was in the 2nd round, took exactly an hour. That's the longest he's been detained. He's been pretty ruthlessly efficient so far. And his powerful body build, he really is a tricky customer to get off balance. And his opponent, well, he had a terrific result yesterday against Lin Dan. He completely dismantled and manhandled Lin Dan. It was quite something to watch, and people sort of didn't quite know what to make of it, because Lin Dan, you know, twice Olympic champion and what was it, 5 times world champion, so decorated, but this youngster tore him apart. And we'll get into that a bit later, but it only took him 34 minutes. Who beats Lin Dan in 34 minutes? Quite incredible. Had a tough tussle with the young Malaysian talent, Lee Jia. But I'll tell you what, he's going to be a real handful for Christie today, particularly given that he's won the last 4 against him as well. So it's going to be really interesting. Our umpire, Mohammed Nazib
Ladies
Ismail.
and gentlemen, on my right, Jonatan Christie,
and Kenny Yu
Indonesia,
as the service judge.
and on my left, Ka Long Angus, Hong Kong, China.
Generous hand for both.
Angus to serve.
Final of the men's singles at the New Zealand Open, just about to commence. It's going to be interesting, Ollie, and for one, I'm thinking, well, Christie, you know, having lost the last 4 to Angus and Ka Long, will need to get a good start, you'd imagine.
Yeah, I think we'll see both players just working out each other in these early exchanges. No one's going to be coming out too quick, too hot, too aggressive.
1-0.
Again, I think Christie will have most certainly prepared by looking at those other matches as well and seeing if there's anything that he can do differently in today's encounter to try and reverse the result. What'll be important to that is how he is able to counteract the steep attacks from Inkalong Angus. As we saw yesterday, they were extremely effective against maybe not 100% top form Lindan.
Do you think Lindan was a little off colour? I don't know. I just felt that he was just smothered and wasn't allowed to play by the man from Hong Kong here.
I think perhaps it was a combination. Maybe his legs were a bit heavy after the encounter against Ginting the day before. A little bit tired, but can't take anything away from Inkalong's performance. He was so precise from the back line. Just didn't allow Lindan to play, essentially.
Yeah, and it sort of befuddled most around here, didn't he? They didn't have the clarity of your insight alongside it. I just think many people were sort of head-scratching as Lindan sort of left stage with his tail between his legs. Having been the champion of last year, unable to quite defend it this year. Jonatan Christie came runner-up last year to the man we mentioned, Lindan. He'll be desperate to go one better, particularly in this Olympic qualification phase as well. He wants to leapfrog his compatriots back home, Ginting, Sugiarto, and get to the top of the pile. Only top 2 from each nation qualified for the Olympics, and he'd so dearly love to get there. So, with Christie.
Yeah, of course, they both have to be ranked in the top 8 in the world for that to happen as well. So it's no easy task.
Four, three. Five, three. Service over. 4, 5.
Oh, well, Angus and Garland will be frustrated there. His precise attack was really quite something, and he made Jonatan Christie do a lot of legwork that point. But in the end, a little bit of a misjudgment here as this high clear from Christie he thought was going wide, but it lands plumb inside the line. Deadlock in this tight opening game of the men's singles final. It's a packed house here in Auckland, the Event Finder Stadium, and everybody is having a ball. You're never tired, do you, of watching him, as he did last night, just when he ripped apart Lindan in straight games. It's just so precise, isn't it?
His control from the back line is really something else. It's the angles that he can generate, but also the speed at which the shot is played. Makes it really difficult to defend.
Service over. 7, 6. 8-6. Nine, 6. Non-Kalong Angus challenges.
First challenge of the match then. The beating heart, the scary music. Quite a way out in the end.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 10-6.
Now Christie will be desperate to get to the turn ahead against the man he's lost the last 4 times to. And you can see while he's just over-pressing in angst.
Service over. 7-10.
And there it is. It is Jonatan Christie to the mid-game interval. 11 points to 7. So that 4-point cushion will delight the Indonesian, I'm sure, after 8 minutes played.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, please leave. Angus. Angus.
Well, can Jonatan Christie keep up the good work and keep Angus and Kalong at arm's length? A very tricky opponent from Hong Kong. Christie using every ounce of his physicality to try and muscle through. He's having to work extremely hard. It was always going to be a physically grueling contest for both. Both exceptional athletes.
Service over. 8-12.
This man's beaten Lin down a couple of times. Lee Chong Wei, Chen Long, Chu Chen, Jano Jorgensen, Son Wan Ho. He scalped them all as Angus and Kalong, and as has Jonatan Christie as well. Very decorated careers, both of them. This man's been as high as 6 in the world. A couple of years ago now, but nonetheless, right up there.
Yeah, look for more of these kind of rallies from Kalong.
9-13.
There's a slight deficit that he needs to make up. He needs to be a little more aggressive. Start using the physical qualities that he has, we've mentioned, especially at the back line.
Service over. 14-9.
Just can't afford to be defending too much against a player like Christie.
Oh, the flat, hard drive off the forehand wing from this man, just missing, but what a high tempo point that was.
9.
The physicality of this just really palpable courtside. What a rally that was. And,
Service over.
well, 36
10,
shots it was.
15.
And both sweating profusely after that because everything was so precise, so tight to lines, loaded with quality. It's going to be a grueling contest. How's that for deceptive on the return from
Service
Christie?
over. 16-10.
Yeah, lovely piece of racket head control from Christie on the return. Can't help but feel that he is in control of this first game.
Just looks so poised and easy on the court with his strength and balance, and then suddenly when he accelerates and maxes out with a smash like that, it's something to behold. Just missing the heavy cut there.
18-10.
Well, it's a lopsided scoreboard at the moment. Christie with most of the answers here. He's been pacey and aggressive from the off, and leaving the man from Hong Kong unable to really impose himself as he did yesterday so well against Lin Dan. Well, again, a misjudgment. Scoreboard reeling away now in Christie's favour.
Game point.
10 game points.
10.
And he's got that Jonatan Christie swagger now, hasn't he? Looking more confident.
Service over. 11-20.
Well, he's got plenty of wriggle room. He knows it, so he just wants to finish in a flurry in the opening game. 2 game points have been saved by Angus and Carlong. Both men sweating profusely, shirts sticking to their hot bodies. Oh, that's a fine reverse slice to secure the game. 21 points to 12 in favour of Jonatan Christie. Just over a quarter of an hour played.
Well, the first game of our men's singles final is going the way of Indonesia. Jonatan Christie, runner-up last year. Now, Jonatan Christie may well be in Tokyo at the Olympic Games, so you could be there too. Would you like to go to Tokyo 2020, where you can check in with THOMPSON? Text the word BARFOOT to 322 and follow the link. It's all on the big screen. Simple as that. Follow the instructions. There are some easy steps, and you could be in Tokyo 2020. So check in, and there's some further instructions for you. So text the word BARFOOT to 332. And you could be off to the Tokyo Olympic Games. Just follow the link and follow the easy steps. We'd love to see you in Tokyo 2020, courtesy of BARFOOT and THOMPSON.
Iya, rally kontrol atau kontrol serang. Perubahan itu aja ya. Nah, ayo.
Players back for game 2. Jonatan Christie with the first game under his belt. Will he be allowed to play slightly more expansively? It's been a little lopsided so far. Beautiful from Angus and Carlong, who perhaps in the turn at the last game's end had a chat with his coach and said, look, come on, you've got to get this together. What was happening in that opener then, Ollie?
Yeah, straight away we see a little more of a statement of intent from Carlong. I think he was a little bit passive in the first game. It was an intent to keep Jonatan Christie in his round the head corner a little bit more because he's much more dangerous from his forehand, but a terrific counter-attack from Christie there with a cross block. But Carlong just hasn't been given the chances to use his height and use his weapons in the rear court that we saw so frequently yesterday against Lindan. Christie making a real effort to not give him too much time, and if he does, give him a lot of time and really high and really long with good length, so it's a bit easier to defend. You see a rare miss hit from Christie there.
Yeah, it seems so strange, didn't it, seeing Angus and Carlong yesterday against Lindan as the sort of pace setter, really sort of rampant and urgent and hammering through Lindan and buckling him quite often, the Chinese, but today just sort of nullified and over-pressing and missing almost out of angst. Perhaps a level of expectation because he's won the last 4 against the Indonesian. I don't know, but he's just not quite himself. He's picking it up, though. And the crowd are enjoying his investment of intensity.
3-1.
They don't want a lopsided final. They've paid their tickets. They want both players bringing their A game simultaneously. Well, it was a late call, and as a consequence, Carlong has held his hand up to go upstairs. That hesitancy from the lines judge under the cap He's encouraged the man from Hong Kong to take the challenge. Let's see who's right. Lines judge will be sweating under that cap. His pride is at stake. He was right. Well done, sir. A wry smile across his face. He's pleased with himself, though you can't see it at the moment.
Service over. 2, 3.
Must always be a tricky moment if you're a lines judge and they go upstairs and
Play.
Well, given that he didn't have a lot of pace on coming to play with, that was pretty vigorously dispatched.
4, 2.
Yeah, there we see the intent of Inkalong Angus at the start of the second game. Much better from him. It's what he needs to do when he gets those chances to get up and commit to them. He hasn't been giving that many from Christie. And there's another one. Aided with the net tape. Stopping Christie's lift going all the way to the back line.
Suddenly it looks like a different force altogether, and I think now, you know, he has raised the bar evidently, and suddenly he's looked very, very sort of dictatorial out here. This is a different Nkalong than we saw in the opening game. He's on a bit of a mission right now. Can he sustain this high level? Well, he's pretty gung-ho with the challenges right now. Backing himself again. He missed the last one as well a couple of points ago. Going upstairs for the second time in 3 points. Let's see. I mean, it has been a grueling contest and just an opportunity to towel down and grab a slurp as the cogs of Hawkeye turn are always quite welcome for any player. Maybe that's what it's about. Yeah, it's a good call again from the female lines judge, this time on the back line near us. No smile from her, though. Sweaty palms.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenge remaining. Service over. 3, 5.
Thunderous intensity from both players, but in the end it was Nkalong that just netted the last backhand. Something that perplexes me is why the man from Hong Kong has spent all of his challenges already. He's got nowhere to go now, and the game is only relatively quite young.
You'd have to hope it's not something that comes back to haunt him later.
The hat-trick of Indonesian points. Nkalong slightly with head bowed. And Christie ride the wave of momentum. Done very well to get back to level. Well, we said yesterday, didn't we, during his semi-final showing this man against Lin Dan, that it was all, you know, he was playing casino badminton because it was so high risk, and maybe what we've seen so far is a little bit of that, with errors bleeding into his performance.
Yeah, I think we also have to give credit to Christie, the way he's played. He's had a real willingness not to lift high and give Nkalong the chance to use his steep angles and use his explosive speed.
7,
and ability to jump high and create those angles that we spoke about. But you can only do that if someone in Christie's position is early on the net and must be taking the shuttle high in order to be able to control Angus at the back of the court.
Service over. 6-7.
Suddenly, the game's turned against Angus and Carlong. Christie deserves a lot of credit for that, fighting tooth and nail.
Seven all.
Well, he's won 5 out of the last 7, the man in black. Things really looking up as they did in the opener for Christie now.
Yeah, good rally from Christie again.
8-7.
He's controlling Inkalong from the front of the court. Not only is he early, but the deception that he's playing with at the net. Only subtle changes in the racket head, but enough to wrong foot Inkalong. Just means that he's that much later to make contact with the shuttle, and makes it really difficult to be as dangerous as he would like.
Oh, he's making that look academic. Such is his strength and deception with racket on shuttle, the Indonesian. That was absolutely sublime. It makes a mockery of their previous matches, doesn't it? You know, he's 2 and 4 wins to losses against Inkalong. Lost the last 4. Here he is, completely conducting this affair so far. Well, he was anxious for a moment there. I think he obscured the lines judge, who eventually kind of saw space and had her arms open wide as if to say it was out. He would have gone upstairs and challenged anyway.
Yeah, of course, that option no longer available for Inkalong, having used his 2 challenges already unsuccessfully.
Six Indonesian points
11,
in a row.
7,
Christie is rampant now and on an absolute flyer. 11-7 as we head to the turn in game 2. Just under half an hour played.
Kan 2 kali dia belum maju, kamu kan jangan tahan lagi sedikit, sabar untuk angkatnya ya. Tapi kalau udah kedua kali lewat ambil backhand, ambil back di situ ya toh. Jadi kamu kanan dikit terus backhand lagi, ambil backhand lagi. Iya lari. Oke ya.
20 seconds.
I Badminton fans listening, we can get a little wide behind. Captain starts with the finish line. See how he goes. And maybe the way Captain starts it.
So it's Jonatan
Play.
Christie with a 4-point advantage midway through the second game.
Service over. 8-11.
Yeah, it's important now for Inkalong Angus to really make sure that he's the one early on the net, not like he is on that occasion. Great return from Christie.
Service over. 12-8.
But he needs to be the one, again, meeting the shuttle early. He needs to be the one controlling the rallies. But at the moment, he's just got no answers for Christie's power.
13-8.
And he's been using the backhand corner at the rear court to build up the majority of the match. Arguably Christie's weaker side from the back of the court. Not as many weapons from there as he does from his forehand corner, but still dangerous cross-court smash.
Service over. 9-13.
He is absolutely flying now, Jonatan Christie. Just ghostly speed at the net here.
9.
Look how quick he is to close this down.
Yeah, right idea from Inkalong, but just a little bit late on the shuttle to be able to play it with enough quality so that Christie can't come forward and kill it.
Well, a generous hand for Inkalong there.
10-14.
Crowd keen to witness a comeback from this 24-year-old from Hong Kong.
Service over. 15 quick. 15-10. In the middle. Thank you. Play.
Last year's runner-up in a commanding position here with a 5-point buffer. Can he see it through?
Service over. 11-15.
A little loose from Christie, that one there. Kalong was still waiting at the net, ready to pounce. Can't help but feel that it's almost now or never for him.
Service over. 16-11. 17, 11.
Well, he'll be disappointed after his Lin Dan win not to be able to come out and recreate it, but I think it's all down to this man who's kind of kept his opponent at arm's length really well throughout the men's singles final. Oh, that is stunning. His athletic prowess really serving him well there. He seemed to be everywhere at once.
18, 11.
3 points away from the men's singles title now, Jonatan Christie. Utterly focused. He's got his roots in here now. It's going to be tough to... Oh! Another spellbinding point from Jonatan Christie, who is under a lot of pressure there.
19, 11.
Yeah, it's just been clinical from Christie in this match. It's the way he's been quick in the front court as well and used his deception to prevent Kalong from having any attacking opportunities from the backline that we saw so many of yesterday.
11.
9 match points for Jonatan Christie from Indonesia.
Service over. 12, 20. Hardin, 20. Play.
Last year's runner-up goes one better in Auckland. He takes the title, does Jonatan Christie of Indonesia, as the 3rd seed, the world number 9, caps off his Auckland assignment in some style. A terrific showing from the Indonesian number 2, Jonatan Christie, 21-12, 21-13 in 38 minutes.
21-12, 21-13.
This is the match point. Angus and Kalong under a lot of pressure from the off. Christie just seeing it home. What a spellbinding performance that was from the Indonesian. Confirmation of the scoreline. Jonatan Christie is our men's singles champion at the New Zealand Open.